It's Rodgers. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 23 yards on the play. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's up. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what?
And caught by Thomas. He's got a Jets touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Jets take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Now Lewis selects to return it. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, or they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Christian Barmore getting in there to drop him.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a first down now, playing behind the sticks.
Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes. That is caught. It's Uzomah. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And sprang the big.
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he's got it. Touchdown, Jets. 2 touchdown passes now here in this first quarter for Aaron Rodgers. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And he is going to be tackled at the 1-yard line. What a mess that was.
All right, partner, get that disapproving look off of your face. He did get it out to the 1-yard line. Yeah, I know. Wasn't the best play in the world. He's hoping his offense can bail him out.
The Browns drive about to get started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and and that'll be a safety.
I'm not sure they mentioned it as a goal during the week or even talked about it in pregame, but the way they're playing right now, they want this game out of reach by halftime. Not only does the safety just demoralize the opposing offense, now your guys can run out there and try to add another 6 to their lead.
And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Thomas brings it in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A very solid gain of 27. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Back to the air on second down. It's Rodgers. It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 33 yards that time.
He's been a one-man dynamo on this drive so far, and you know the other receivers would love to get involved. But right now, his skill and his play has his team in a great position to put 6 points.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Browns are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jalen Johnson blitzing from the secondary and picking up the sack.
He already did his primary job with an interception earlier, but here he gets a chance to be a pass rusher and takes on the challenge of blitzing and makes another big play. That's something to file away and maybe break out later in this one or in a future game.
It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Mahomes going to go on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Mahomes now to throw. He'll buy some time right. Finding Mixon here again on back-to-back plays. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simple.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Jets are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with accuracy better than Aaron Rodgers. On play action, Rodgers. Flushed out right. Open man here, the tight end Henry. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And he stopped immediately there. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now Rodgers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a breaker.
That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Mixing up the middle. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. Throwing now is Mahomes. Rolling to his right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. C.J. Uzomah, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns get a bit closer. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Rodgers' throw taken in here by Chase. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
And again, it's Rodgers. That's going to be caught. It's Jakobi Meyers. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. To throw, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down. Threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this will stay a 12-point game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. They go play fake. Mahomes. Crossing route complete. Catch made by Cooks. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line. Now they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Mahomes. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Now here's Mahomes. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Mahomes to throw once more. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. Touchdown, Browns! Joe Mixon, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and this is back to a 5-point game. A 5-point game now, as here comes the kickoff. From the 6. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. picked off by Julian Blackmon. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Mahomes. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. They go play action. Now Mahomes. That is caught. It's Uzomah. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
They'll give it to Mixon. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Joe Mixon, as the first half is winding down. And the Browns have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Zuerlein good with a PAT. And the lead is now 2. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fields this way up at the 17. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing now is Rodgers. Complete. This is Mitchell. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. A final shot before half for Rodgers. He's going to look downfield for Henry. And that is incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Taken in at the 3. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin to... He's got a man! Complete! Big yardage that time for the Jets. 73 yards. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. To throw is Rodgers. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. From the 3-yard line again, they'll try and punch it in here on 3rd and goal. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. He loses a full 5 yards there on the sack, and it also brings up 4th down, 4th and goal. And his kick is right there. It's good.
Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
The Browns' drive about to get started.
And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
So the opening drive of this 3rd quarter, they're trying to set the tone for the 2nd half.
And without a doubt, they did exactly that. I've known coaches who have said the first 5 minutes of each half are so important to do exactly what you said, which is set the tone. I've also heard coaches talk about the first 5 plays. Let's go out and be aggressive right off the top.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Draymond Jones providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away.
And here comes Berrios.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Jamar Chase.
54 yards as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is up to 8.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it.
Mahomes now on 1st down, finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. From the gun again to Mixon. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Mahomes going to throw.
That's complete to Mooney.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. He finds his running back, Mixon.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the 1st down.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Jets are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. On play action, now Rodgers. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Browns are right back in this football game. The Cleveland offense ready to go. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Again, it's Mixon. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
The Browns on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Open man is Uzomah. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
And that's a much-needed 1st down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation... thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
On second down, here's Mixon. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them to completion.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. There's a short one caught by Uzomah. And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Tim Patrick, 33 yards. And the Browns have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. Mahomes will throw for it. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Now a throw here to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Here's Rodgers. Thomas has got it, complete. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
From midfield, here's Rodgers.
That would complete downfield to Thomas.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. All tied up, less than 2 minutes to go.
First down, here's Mitchell.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
To throw is Rodgers. This is caught. Touchdown. Hunter Henry. 26 yards.
And the Jets answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line.
And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, is being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. Mahomes. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Budda Baker with a pick, and he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when these...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Browns are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. Boy, people are really happy about those picks. Any fantasy team that has this defense.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Mahomes. And he fires one incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
He's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Yes, it was a touchdown, and not just a TD, but how about a long touchdown that puts them in a great position now.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing. And it is caught. They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead. And boy, you want to talk about guts. Guts is going for 2 when you're down 1 in that spot right there.
Do they not trust their kicker? Did they not feel that it was time to go ahead and do that? Or did they just say, we've got a play on that we're so confident in, we're going to go ahead and do it? I'm going to say they're going to say that in the press conference.
From the 6. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, called it the 21. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the last time out, they had the good drive going to get in the red zone. They throw the interception. Not their first pick of the game either, so we'll see if they're more careful, more cautious here on this drive.
Yeah, nothing worse than repeat mistakes, right? You end up coughing the ball up. You end up throwing a pick. Everything goes awry. And now, points don't go up on the board. I just heard a fan scream out, I thought the idea was to score points. Yeah, they're getting a little restless, too.
Now Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, that's where this Cleveland crowd, the dog pound in particular, make it difficult on opposing offenses. It looked like they might have had troubles communicating at the line, and it leads to the incompletion.
He's going to let it fly. He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Well, it took us until the final play chart to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple lap
laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end, they might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for Cleveland, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Pittsburgh Steelers come to town. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.